Hey, Sagittarius, intuitive soul coach here with your July 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Sagittarius, the key theme showing up for you in the month of July, you have family followed by choices, and you also have the education card. So this is an interesting combination because some of you are making decisions based on your needs of your family. This could be healing ancestral wounding and patterns. Others of you may be leaving a legacy behind when it comes to your career as well. You could be dealing with an inheritance, a family situation that has been challenging. I'm also getting here power of attorney. Attorneys may be involved. There could be a legal situation, a court case as well. For others of you, this is about creating a sense of stability, a sense of foundation. You may be dealing with or healing with parental energies as well. This could be step parents, it could be in-laws. I am getting some of you may be blending families, starting a family, or you may hear news of your own children having children as well. So there is a family dynamic coming in. There could even be family reunions, weddings, birth announcements. It can be soul family, soul tribe showing up here. I'm also feeling that some of you may have had a parent move back in the home, or you may be taking care of a loved one as well that may be under the age of 18 or over. It's almost as if I'm feeling that wheel reverse, and you actually have the wheel of fortune showing up in your reading. So it's almost that birthing all the way to life. So you may be taking care of someone who took care of you. So again, parental energy here. So family. July could also be a very significant month for a lot of you when it comes to maybe the loss of a loved one. There could be an anniversary, it could be a birthday, it could be a celebration of life, something of that nature showing up here. But family is on the forefront. It's on a focus here. I do feel some of you, they're giving me grandma or great grandma. Someone may have a 90th birthday as well. Someone may be hitting a very big milestone, or it could even be possibly someone's last trip around the sun here on earth, but it's something you would already know. So it's not predicting, death or anything like that. I feel like there's a trip around the sun where you're excited, but you know that someone isn't going to be here too much longer, but they've lived a very full, very ripe life. Please take that as it resonates. Now, you also have choices here. This is all about making decisions from the heart. I could also be making decisions logically, blending the two together. For a lot of you, this is about you reaching out and using the resources that you have available. It could be, should I go for that job or this one? Do I move in that location or this one? Do I stay fighting for this relationship or do I walk away? So whatever this is here for you, you are going back and forth. There's a little bit of decision making that needs to be done, but I feel like the timing has come for you to move forward or move on or leave something in the past. There's just this energy of walking away from a situation in order to head towards something better. Now, this can be a little bit tricky at times because it feels like you have one foot in one location and one foot over here. And they're showing me straddling here the state line or a country line. Some of you may be thinking about crossing a border. You may literally be crossing into another state as you're listening to this, maybe on a plane or on a train or some mode of transportation, because I'm getting here crossing into another. You could even be on a bridge, or there's something with a bridge being fixed, the bridge being installed, or that could be symbolic for bridging the gap. You could have issues around family members and it may have been challenging, and you may be bridging or mending a situation as well. But I do feel like a lot of you chose to move forward or move on because you've done all that you could do in this situation, but you're not going to wait for someone else to reach your level is what I'm getting. And some of you may have felt guilty about that at first, or you may have really tried to hang in there for a while, hoping someone would change, or hoping that your influence could change them. But what you're realizing is you cannot change anyone. As I say numerous times in all of my readings, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. So there's something here with change and finding balance, but there is between worlds here. Some of you are traveling for work and you may live out of a hotel, but yet you have a home. For others of you, you could be seeing someone at a distance. This could be a long distance relationship. For others of you, you may be feeling bad if you have divorced or if you've separated from maybe the parent of your child, the father or mother of your child, and they may be going back and forth between homes as well. Or you may have an adult child who may be contemplating going back and forth or moving, career, something of that nature. So choices are really in the forefront here. You may be a very important factor when it comes to helping someone else make a choice as well. Now, of course, we can't make that choice for them, but we can lead, we can coach, we can guide, we can give our advice, but ultimately, it is our responsibility to make the choice that's in our highest good. We also have education. So some of you could be teachers in the traditional sense. You could be a spiritual teacher. A lot of you could even be you've already gained some sort of knowledge that you've needed in your life to get to this next point, this next step. You could even be taking an online course. You could be teaching an online course or an in-person course. This is about studying, training, learning. Again, you may have a child who is going off to college or a child that is going off to first grade, right? Preparation, I feel, is happening here. And I feel like you could even be writing a book. You're learning. You may be reading a very knowledgeable book that'll help you make some choices as well. So I feel like you are educating yourself before you make a choice. So that's very important here. It could even be a choice on education. So whether it's what comes first, the cart or the horse here. So I feel like some of you feel like you're in a pickle, but trust your intuition here because you've wanted to move in this direction. And I would say whatever this choice is for you, move forward, not backwards. So if you've already done something, do something new is kind of the energy I'm getting because you have the 8 of Cups smack dab in your reading here. Some of you may be choosing to go back to school. You may be choosing to move. You may be choosing here to learn in a new light, going to therapy, going to counseling, getting some sort of coaching done because they're showing me healing around you as well. Now let's dive into the tarot here, Sagittarius. You have King of Coins and the Queen of Wands. So this could be you and a lover, a partnership. I mean, King and Queen are pretty even keel here. Even though it's not the same suit, they both offer some really beautiful things. Now, the Queen of Wands, she is fiery, she is fierce, she's determined, she's confident and full of ambition. And that King of Wands, he wants to secure his abundance. So he focuses on maybe his career and his home and his stability. Not that the Queen of Wands doesn't do that, but they just offer different things. So it could be you again and an ex, or you and a coworker, you and a lover, whoever this is for you. I feel like you both are doing your own thing, but there's something with a choice being made together is what I feel here. I mean, this could be sibling. It could be 2 females or 2 males. It doesn't have to be male and female, even though the king can be more masculine and the queen more feminine. But someone could be taking a more masculine approach or thinking about their finances, but really they want to move forward confidently in this direction. Don't let those what ifs hold you back, because if you're being guided to move forward, then that's your intuition. That's your higher self helping you move forward. Well, the King of Coins secures his abundance. There could be a new job offer or a home I'm getting as well. There could be a new job that offers you to relocate or move. And it's about being confident with the choice to say yes instead of fearful, okay? Instead of fearing security, what if it's not stable? What if it gets pulled out from underneath me? So I do feel here lack of confidence is what is prolonging some sort of decision that you must make here. So this is interesting. However, I feel intuitively, I like the energy of both of these people. Even if you don't like the energy of each other, it doesn't mean that you can't agree to disagree or come to a compromise, okay? Because I am seeing a compromise here without being fierce, without, okay, be careful though. For those of you, there is something here with someone wanting to travel, wanting to be more of that gypsy soul, free spirit, have fun, have memories, and somebody may be more materialistic. So if you are in a partnership at this time and there's a little bit of controversy, right, there's a little bit of struggle, it's because you want memories and you want to do things. And this other person may be focused on work. I mean, this could be your aspects as well. Some of you may have that strong fire. I mean, that's you, Queen of Wands energy here. And then you also may be thinking, about your stability and your career and your home and your finances and your family. How is it going to affect my family? How is it going to affect everyone else? How will this transformation or this shift affect the energy on an overall? I feel like it's going to bring more money, more abundance, more prosperity, more expansion, and more opportunities to grow and to evolve and to have the human experiences that not only you chose, Sagittarius, but the people around you, okay? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune showing up as your final card here. Spoiler alert, Wheel of Fortune, something's turning here for the better. Now, mid-reading, you have the Temperance followed by the Eight of Cups. You may have been stuck between that Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups for a little while. And that Seven of Cups is putting yourself out there. Maybe you've tried to apply for many different jobs and you got rejected. Some of you wanted to move or you wanted a home or to buy a vehicle, but you just felt like you couldn't quite reel it in, right? You kept casting that line out there, hoping to get the big one or hoping to get any nibble or any bite, but you just kept coming up shorthanded. That's about to change here for you. Now, the Temperance talks about your balance and your patience paying off. Don't be too reckless. Now, I don't feel like there's a reckless energy coming in here. I will say that. I feel, if anything, you've actually been planning, so you're not going to take reckless action. But this is about your patience paying off. And now you're kind of coming out of that Seven of Cups, which again, Seven of Cups can be indecisiveness. It can be about wishful thinking, feeling overwhelmed, really needing to focus in order for you to bring about what it is you seek. But the Eight of Cups is all about changing up that routine because it's become stagnant. So if you have been fearing some sort of change, I'm getting here, a lot of you've wanted change that hasn't been happening. So there was a fear that it may not have been happening quick enough. It wasn't the change itself. It was the lack of. Okay, and now you're heading towards it because the Eight of Cups walks away from that stagnancy, that wishy-washy, that back and forth, that, lapse period, that routine, putting it out there just to get rejection or, being in a situation where your vibration is staying the same when you just want to grow and evolve and expand. Eight of Cups is about moving on. You're moving towards your Nine of Cups, right? Your wish fulfillment. Now, towards the end of the month, I really love this. There's a complete perspective change and shift. Whatever it is that you've been sacrificing your time, your love, your money, your heart, your energy, whatever it is that it's felt like a little bit of a sacrifice is going to be much more of a reward. So maybe you've been working and grinding. You've had your nose in the book. Maybe you've been learning, trying to get a degree or an education, or maybe you've been parenting or trying to work on self-development and healing and introspection. All of that hard work, blood, sweat, tears, and sacrifice, you're finally seeing that wheel shift because you have the Wheel of Fortune showing up, and this is about a twist of fate. It may feel like luck, but I believe we create our own luck. And because you stayed dedicated, Sagittarius, because you stayed determined, because you stayed fiercely loyal and independent, even though at times you wanted to give up, this is about you being able to shift the course, shift the direction. And yes, fate may have a hand in this, but so does your higher self, right? This is about integrating. It is about you being in alignment. This is about you heading in a new direction because there were unforeseen challenges that held you back. Some of you, there was a test, whether a physical test or maybe a test of your strength, your dedication, your determination. Maybe you were you were testing yourself, even on a subconscious level, or you weren't able to be aware of that, and you may have felt set back for whatever reason. Maybe you didn't pass that test, or maybe you needed to repeat it or learn a lesson or continue it again because something may have been unfinished, which you have unfinished business here. But I am getting the go ahead. So it's almost like, you know, when you play the game Monopoly, and this is interesting because they're showing me the game of Monopoly. I mean, some of you may be playing Monopoly. But you know, when you get to the very end and you're really excited to hit, go to collect the $200, but all of a sudden you hit that, is it boardwalk? You hit boardwalk and boom, you have to pay a bunch of money. And you're like, no, I thought I was going to pass that challenge. Nope, you landed right on it. You have to pay, and it's big bucks, right? And you just want to kind of get that free ride. You don't want to land on it, but you did. And so I'm getting here that you've already done that, but now you're moving on. It's like you're able to shake the dice now. You're able to finally get past that challenge. You've already paid your dues here, and now you're able to collect 200. You're able to get back to the go spot, right? And you're not going to get locked in jail this time around, right? And so I feel like there is a new shift in dynamic. There's a new energy where you're not going to do the same things that you've been doing, because some of you felt like you got the short end of the stick. Maybe you went around and immediately you got locked in the jail, and then you hit some more, maybe you hit some of the reds and you had to dish out some more money, and then you had to pay in for a haircut or taxes or whatever is on that game, right? Because this is kind of like the game of life, literally, Monopoly. And so I feel like you're finally getting to that point where, wow, I can just relax a little bit. Even though there's some decisions to make here, because you're still on that boardwalk. You're still on that blue area. So there could be some important communication as well, because blue is highlighted here, and that's that throat chakra. So there could be a decision that you have to physically say yes, or you have to sign some sort of paperwork or contract. But I feel like it's going to be for the better. Now, when it comes to career, money, wealth, abundance, you have the ring, you have the heart, and you have the spiral. Now, the spiral showing up at times, you feel like you're losing your damn mind, don't you, Sagittarius? It feels like things are spiraling out of control. But what's really happening is your energy is shifting here. You are climbing that ladder. You're getting out of the outward trend. And I love this because it always reminds me of the Reiki symbol, Choku-rei. So I feel like there is, you've started here from this little space within, but there's growth and there's expansion here. And this is about a promotion, a connection, or revisiting, right? You may be going back and wrapping up a cycle so you don't leave any stones unturned. You may also receive a message or some sort of news that you have been waiting on in career that allows you to finally get out of that 7 of Cups and move onward. So it could be someone that maybe you've applied for a job 5 months ago, or maybe you've been in the interview process where finally you revisit it and you get that interview, you get that yes, you get that go ahead, and now it's go time. You're able to finally move forward, because I'm getting a lot of you did feel stuck. Now, next you have the ring. This is all about financial commitments, long-term investments in growth, partnerships. There is this energy here of partnership coming in very strong. So this move or this partnership may have to do with working with family. It may affect your family. I just heard good school. So if there's something around a school system, or you're worried about the schools or the education or the location, I feel like you are going to be protected. Because as I said, that I seen 188 on the clock as well. So 1808. Some of you may be seeing 8s as well. And actually, look at that. When you look at it sideways and they're pointing that out, they're right. The 8 is that infinity symbol, and they just showed me that here. So that's pretty neat. So yes, some of you have 8. Some of you may have a tattoo of an infinity symbol. That could just be your sign, 8s. Maybe you're driving and you see a license plate that has, 88 in it. So pay attention to the 8s. That brings strength, that brings power, that brings, authority in a good way. And there could be some alignment or movement around August as well for you. August, celebration, possibly even a birthday party or a promotion, something of that nature. This is all about working together to have that fulfilling career that you seek, working with your family. Also, someone's spouse may get a job in a new location. There could be someone at a distance. I'm also getting military base. Some of you may be moving off or on base, or there could be something being paid out here for you. Please take that as it resonates. We also have the heart. This talks about emotional spending. So just rein in on that spending. I don't feel like that's a huge issue because a lot of you are planners, or you may have already budgeted well, but there could be something with spending a little bit more, maybe on a gift, on a present, more on a home than you would have wanted. But because you have some money coming in or extra income or a promotion, I feel like you'll be just fine. You'll be able to afford that thing or that lifestyle or that move that you make for yourself and for your family because you're being supported here. You have joint finances. This is about you being supported. Some of you may be saying, oh, Melissa, it's just me. I'm the sole provider. I do still feel like you are co-creating with spirit and there is more than enough. You may have a job as a counselor, a guide, or a job that opens up that heart chakra, something that you love. And if you don't, I feel like you're heading towards it. I am getting some of you working in real estate. Some of you travel for work. This could be Airbnb. You may work as a host, some sort of a host where maybe you host events, host gatherings. You may host birthday parties or weddings. This could be an event center as well, or even a wellness retreat. I am getting as well, this could be finances, something with business, investing in maybe even a timeshare, investing with someone else. There could be partnerships where the both of you come together. Please take that as it resonates. All right. When it comes to love, Sagittarius, you have honeymoon. And I just heard France. Does someone want to go to France or maybe even Paris for a honeymoon? We have engagement and we have worth waiting for. So some of you, a honeymoon is showing up here for you. It could be a second honeymoon. This is about enjoying the bliss time of the holiday together. So if you have a holiday, I know here in the United States, we have 4th of July, which is Independence Day. In different countries, maybe you have different holidays, but I am getting here, it could be some sort of celebratory energy showing up. There's a renewal. Some of you may be renewing your vows. If you are single, I do feel like you're spending time with family, going back to your home country or going back to the family home or spending time. There could be a reunion, something of that nature. For others of you, you're wanting to open your heart up and step up to that next level. That's what you're doing with the engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, whether that takes the form of engagement. If you are single, you're going from single to putting yourself out there. If you've put yourself out there and you've started to date and you meet someone, you may be singling in on that person saying, hey, I would like to just talk to you, right? Can we make this just us and not be distracted by other people? If you've stepped into that level, you may say, hey, I want to become exclusive and I would love to, take that next step. Even though it doesn't always have to be in that step, in that order, I do feel like there's something strengthening, something solidifying, or you are again taking it to the next level, moving in together, or there could even be, if you are divorced or if you are, there's a compromise. I see. If you're divorced, I feel like there could be getting together or seeing maybe your ex with his new partner and their family. There's even, now this is quite interesting. There's something here, and I love to see this. There's something here with being amicable and blended families where maybe you are with someone and your ex is with someone, but you're able to go to the same sporting event or you're able to actually get along together and there's a friendship here. So that's not going to resonate with everyone. I know that doesn't happen quite often, but it would be so beautiful if it did, right? And I feel for a lot of you, there's just a commingling getting together here. For those of you that are single, I do sense that because you've been in this temperance energy and you've been waiting for quite some time, there's a shifting of energy happening here and you feel it. Those of you that are single and you're looking for love, you feel that you're on the verge of meeting someone or someone's in your energy. Someone may have their eye on you already. You may have just started to talk to someone, but it says divine timing is at work in your love life. You may have had to go through a little bit of a focus on the kids or focus on career. You had other priorities after a separation, a divorce, or you just were single for quite some time. I feel like you're moving out of that. Next up here, we have these beautiful cards that I was gifted. It's the Age of Aquarius Tarot and Mystical Oracle. I will link it in the description box. It'll be the last deck, but these are absolutely beautiful, and I pulled the Oracle side of them as well, and you received balance. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra. You received Anahata, which is beautiful. This is all about true love, right? True love is boundless like the ocean and swelling within one. Spreads itself out and crossing all boundaries and frontiers, envelops the whole world. So I'm getting energy of serenity, this energy here of peace, and just love, unconditional love. And that may be what you're feeling this month as well. So some of you are choosing to heal, choosing to open up the heart chakra. This can be love for what it is that you do. Some of you may be feeling good about moving near water or being near water as well. Anahata. Okay, there could be some new spiritual practices involved as well. That could be something you're learning more of. Mysticism as well. Now you have the balance card, and it says you can't separate peace from freedom because no one can be at peace unless he has his freedom. Okay, so balance here. And you can see I love the rattle. There's the feathers there. There is the peace sign in between. I love the symbology on these cards. They're magnificent. And you see there's the earth, and there's this revolving type of energy. So the earth is going to keep revolving no matter what here. And this is about you bringing balance to your own inner world, because it's like that game of Monopoly, right? You don't know necessarily where you're going to land, but when you get there is when you deal with such situations. But if you live in fear, that as soon as you hit, that next go around, that you're immediately going to, go to jail or land on boardwalk, or you're just going to have to pay in taxes. If you're constantly living in fear, you're going to miss out on the game, right? So we have those projections. And we focus so much sometimes on the negative that we don't always see that positive. And so this is about you remaining and keeping that balance. And that could be what the choice is for you. Now, I love this card. What do you see there, beautiful souls? What do you see, Sagittarius? You see a clean slate, right? This is like the blank rune. This is all about you. What do you want to have as your next story? What do you want to land on? If you imagine this as a piece in the puzzle, or excuse me, a piece in that game of Monopoly, right? What would you want to land on? And this is about you seeing that, making that happen, manifesting that, because chances are you go around enough times, you are going to land on this, and you're going to manifest, and you're going to make this happen. So you have a blank slate here. You have a choice. This is free will. This is about you choosing more abundance, more prosperity, more happiness, because that wheel is spinning, and it's finally your turn here to jump on. I love this. Now, what do we have from the Soul Truth deck? One card came out for you, and it says, what if it was easy? It doesn't have to be hard. Call in the universe, the stars, the angels, and all their powers. Find the solution. Would you take the next step if it were easy? It's time to expect ease. Call in grace and receive guidance. You are supported. Today's soul action. List 10 possible ideals for your soul's current calling. Lean into ease. It's here. You just have to say yes to it. Beautiful. I mean, that can be what you write on your canvas, right? If you go back to that drawing board, what do you want something to look like here? Because you're the creator. You hold that paintbrush. What do you want to create on your canvas? Beautiful. Now, at this time, we're just going to do a third eye exercise where we tune into the energy of your animal spirits. And so if you can, I ask here, Sagittarius, take a deep breath in from that solar plexus area, the belly. Close your eyes and tune into that third eye center, the third eye chakra between the eyebrows and the forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. Perhaps it's an animal that swims deep in the sea. It could be an animal that is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be an animal that's crossed over the rainbow bridge or one that's visited through your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer, Sagittarius. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway where I draw one lucky winner around the first of each month, all you need to do is drop your power animals in the comment section below, and I personally will enter you into that giveaway. So whether you have 1 animal or 10, drop it in the comment section below. And please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, let's get to your animals. You have hummingbird, beautiful. This reminds you to be here in the now, be here in the moment. Now, hummingbirds, they carry and hold a very high vibration, a high frequency, right? It's so amazing to see them up close and personal because they are, flittering their wings at such a fast pace. So I do feel here that it's very important, even if you have a lot of things going on, keep your vibration high. Now, some of you may be 34 years old. You may be born on the 9th or be in a life path 9 or a personal year 9 as well. Or excuse me, 7. So, no such thing as coincidence. Some of you are 9s. I'm getting here humanitarian energy as well. So if you are a life path 9, you may want to double check and see, because some of you are being called to have some sort of act of humanitarianism in whatever way, shape, or form. So again, hummingbird spirit. Next you have 15. Which is the cow. Maybe you're born on the 15th. Some of you are born on the 4th or the 7th as well. It says the miracles are endless, and this is what you are seeing being produced in your world, miracles. You are the miracle. You're creating them. You're seeing them. The wheel is spinning here, so it's fortune. Fortune favors the bold, and you have been through a lot. You've been brave. You've been bold and courageous. Now you're in that phase here of new opportunities, but there's still some loose ends that you're tying up. I get that. There could be some packing. There could be some last minute details, some contracts, things of that nature, but this is a miracle. So bring that energy of gratitude. Now you have here Pig Spirit, card 47. You may be 47 years old. This says use your mind wisely. Use your mind wisely. A lot of you Sagittarians have brilliant, beautiful minds, and you have these ideas and this creativity. So use it to uplift, use it to heal, because the mind can destroy as well. So you have that choice. There's another choice showing up here for you. Choose to become bitter or better. The choice is yours. Use that mind wisely, because your mind can stop you in your tracks. It can talk you out of things, but your mind can also be a big cheerleader for you as well. So use it wisely. And last but not least, Sagittarius, you have here Unfinished Symphony. And look at what number it is. It's also number 10. And your final card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is also card 10. And so again, you're wrapping up things here. This is all about, let's take a look here. This is all about unfinished business, learning a lesson because it may have been incomplete. Some of you, it's the needs to make amends. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what is past so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. There's that hummingbird as well. When it comes to relationships, moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationships and in your hearts. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close that chapter. Close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. And you also have here worth waiting for. So some of you, you're shifting that mindset, you're shifting that energy, and maybe it's felt like a sacrifice, but you are inviting in new. And lastly, when it comes to money and prosperity, make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. This goes hand in hand with the middle of your reading here. Literally, the temperance is all about being patient as you tie up those loose ends and are able to fully move forward, because 8 of Cups is about leaving something behind, but you don't want to be too hasty. You still have something to wrap up, some sort of closure in order for you to fully move into this new beginning, feeling refreshed, revitalized, and renewed. That is what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope it resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. I would love to see your power animals in the comment section box below to be entered into that free monthly reading giveaway. And if you are vibing with the energy of this channel and you haven't already hit that subscribe and bell button, please do so. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for spending your precious time and energy here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love.